Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. My name is Vlada and I read tarot, and today I'm doing the August predictions for August 2021. I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently than I usually do. This is going to be a pick a deck reading, and I'm going to be picking a card or a couple of cards for career, love, spirituality. So we'll be having a look at every avenue, I suppose. I just wanted to mix it up, honestly. I just wanted to try something different. I'll also be pulling some astrology cards to give us more information, and we'll see how it goes. So with that, I'm going to let you to look over the decks. We've got the Rider-Waite deck here for group 1. We've got group 2 with the Lightseers Tarot deck. We've got group 3 with the Everyday Witch Tarot. And we've got group 4 with the Modern Witch Tarot. So you can pause the video, you can meditate over the cards and see which one calls out to you. And I'm going to get started with group number 1, deck number 1. So let's get started with deck number 1. First of all, I want to pull a general card, a card to kind of look at the whole month of August for you. How can we summarize the month of August for you? So what is the general vibe of August for group number 1? We've got the Knight of Cups for group number 1 as the general vibe. So to me, this is standing out as a romantic month for you. Probably for those of you that are in relationships, it's very likely that this is going to be the month where you and your partner spend a lot of time together. A lot of really deliberate time, really tender time. There's going to be a lot of romance. For those of you that are single, there could be somebody coming through to confess their feelings for you, or you may feel called to confess your romantic feelings for someone. I also want to pull an astrology card. Sorry if I can stop shaking my camera. I also want to pull an astrology card for you. We've got Leo, which is interesting because we've got August, which is Leo season. Most of August is Leo season. So I do feel like you're going to have... I feel like you're going to have a really, really nice August. This is standing out as really happy energy, really romantic energy. You may feel like you're being courted or you're being wooed by someone in the month of August. You could feel like you're being wooed by... this could even feel like just generally you could feel very romantic. It doesn't have to do with a relationship. This can be to do with... the way life feels. You may want to romanticize your life a little bit more in August. You may want to look at life from a more romantic perspective rather than like realistic or logical perspective. You may feel like I'm getting a very poetic sense or a very poetic energy around you, group 1, for the month of August. But it's going to be really, really enjoyable. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting a lot of abundance as well. So you could feel like you're getting a lot of really nice opportunities, but specifically opportunities in romance and in love. Also creative opportunities could be coming your way. A very creative month, a really romantic romantic month. And a month full of love, full of excitement. And I'm getting a lot of confidence. I feel like you're going to feel really confident in August. So that's really nice. I'm going to move forward into your career cards. Let's see what is coming up for career for group number 1. Well, first of all, I have the 9 of Cups here. And I've also got the 2 of Cups in reverse. So in terms of career, I feel like some of you could be getting a wish fulfillment, or you could be getting something that you've been trying to manifest for a very, very long time. A lot of cups here. So I feel emotional fulfillment is going to be very, very high in the month of August. It's not really going to be about money, although I do feel like if you've been manifesting a certain amount of money, or you've been trying to manifest a certain amount of financial success or a certain sum, it is coming your way, and it is on the way. But I do feel like more than anything, you're getting a lot of emotional satisfaction and a lot of emotional fulfillment with your career. Your career your career could feel like it's moving really naturally. Your career could feel like it flows really, really well. Now, one thing that I'm getting with the Two of Cups in reverse, to me, this is standing out as you may decide you don't want to work with someone, or you don't want to work with a certain entity, an organization, or a person. So for some of you, maybe there could be a situation in work where maybe you decide you don't want to work with a certain coworker. If you're in business, you may turn down an opportunity because you don't feel like you fit. So for example, let's say you have a business and an organization reaches out to you because they want to work with you. You could turn down the offer. I do feel like because you're going to have so many offers, of course, you're going to have to turn down certain offers while taking on other ones. So I do feel like there's going to be a sense of you rejecting certain people or rejecting certain organizations, or this could even be like you go for multiple interviews and you interview for multiple organizations, and you get 2 or 3 callbacks, and 2 or 3 organizations or companies want you. And so there's this feeling of you can't take them all, of course. So you will, of course, have to reject 1 or 2. So there is a sense of like, I have options. I can reject certain opportunities. I can turn down certain opportunities. And that will have a very freeing kind of energy to you. Again, I feel like you're going to get a really big boost in confidence in the month of why do I say October? Maybe October is somehow important here as well. But in the month of August, I mean, you're going to get a boost of confidence because you're going to be getting opportunities. You're going to feel noticed. You're going to feel like your manifestations are coming in, and you're going to feel really pleased with yourself. I also get a sense of gratitude here. So whatever is going on in the month of August in terms of your career, you feel extremely grateful for what you have. You feel extreme gratitude for the opportunities that you are receiving. Like I'm hearing I'm really pleased with how things worked out, specifically when it has to do with your job or your career. It could be that in the month of August you're getting opportunities even within the job that you're doing right now. You know, your manager might be offering you options, and you're feeling really pleased with yourself because you manifested options for yourself. Some of you maybe have been manifesting more options or more variety in your career, and I feel like you're going to succeed and you're going to get those options coming in, specifically in the portion of August that is the Leo season. I feel like the Leo season part of August is going to be especially fruitful for you. Not that the end of August is not going to be, but I just feel like Leo season is bringing a lot of abundance and a lot of emotional fulfillment, especially in your career, group number 1. So let's move on to your love life. Let's see what is coming up in love for group number 1. Can I get the energy for love? We've got the Justice card in reverse. There is something that I'm picking up on you resolving, like a practical, or needing to resolve a practical issue. Especially for those of you that are in a relationship already, there could be a bit of a practical issue that you and your partner have to look at. This could have to do with moving home. This could have to do with documents. This could have to do, especially for those that are married. Some of you might be going through a divorce. Maybe that's why I'm picking up on this. And that is a big focus for you. And you're needing to really look at the practicality of that. But for others of you, if you're like in a relationship but you're not married, I'm getting there could be something like you have to submit documentation for something. Maybe you and your partner have to do something to do with paperwork, something to do with formalities. If you're someone who's like about to get married to your partner, maybe there's like, you know, the submitting paperwork, submitting things. I'm kind of getting honestly, what I'm getting is some of you, those of you that are in relationships but are not married or married happily, like you're not getting a divorce or anything like that, there might be some boring issues to work out, like things like taxes, things like money, maybe budgeting. Maybe you and your partner are budgeting together. So there's a lot of practicality that needs to be looked after, and your guides are really encouraging you not to procrastinate in that way. I feel like you will get to have your romance, you will get to have your emotional fulfillment with your partner. I feel like, especially for those that are of you that are in happy relationships and in happy marriages, I honestly feel like this month is going to be fairly chill and fairly without a surprise, without any intensity. For some of you, for some reason, I'm getting is that if you're in a relationship with your partner, you may not get to spend a lot of time with your partner in the month of August, maybe because of work. Like maybe they are working late or something like that, or working a lot, or you're working a lot. And anytime that you do get to spend with them is going to feel really, really rewarding, because there's going to be this limited time that you get to spend in August. I'm also getting this encouragement to schedule in some date time, or like romance time, where you and your partner can allocate like a date night for the two of you together. Because I do feel like both of you are going to be quite busy. Now, if you're single, I'm getting a different message for those of you that are single. You could be working out something to do with a past relationship that felt very unfair. And I feel like you're processing some feelings around that. You could be processing some feelings that are kind of like weighing down on you, but I don't think that you're emotionally, they don't feel too emotionally heavy, if that makes sense. It kind of feels like you're making sense of things that were not fair to you before. There could even be a realization that something that a past partner did was really unfair, even though in the past maybe you wouldn't have seen it as unfair. I want to pull another card for love. Yeah, there's a need to be patient in love in the month of August, whether you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, and you're single. For those of you that are single, I have a feeling that there is someone who's interested in you, but it's like maybe it's taking them forever to come forward, and that could be a bit frustrating. That's something that I'm picking up on. For some of you, there's a person who wants to come forward and is interested in coming forward, but like they're taking their sweet ass time. That's almost the energy that I'm picking up on. They're taking their time, and you're kind of like, come on, are you gonna like confess your feelings? Are you gonna come forward? And you might even be getting a little bit frustrated. You may be getting a little bit impatient. But for those of you in relationships, like I am definitely picking up on something like needing to do boring things like boring paperwork or sorting out. This could even have to do with, like cleaning your home or something like that. You and your partner may have to do like a spring clean or something like that, or a massive clear out of your home. That could be another thing that's coming through here. Like there's a lot of chores and tasks that you and your partner need to get through in the month of August. And so because you're so busy, and because there's so many tasks and there's so many things that need to be done, there's a need to really schedule in some time for romance and for dating, and for kind of like maybe even allocating time where you don't talk about tasks and chores. For some of you, maybe you and your partner have a kid together, and so there's a lot of that kind of like for some of you, for some reason, I'm getting filling out paperwork for school as well could be coming through. So that could be a part of it as well. Like you have to take care of those kind of responsibilities. I'm hearing tasks and chores. So for some of you who are in a relationship, it could just be that you and your partner are taking care of tasks and chores. I feel like for those of you that are single, it could be even that you're too busy for love life in the month of August. And I feel it has to do with the fact that you're getting so many opportunities in terms of career. I think this group, even though I was feeling a bit more romance at the start, I'm definitely feeling that like this emotional fulfillment is more so towards career. You may have a very career focused August. You may have a very rich atmosphere when it comes to opportunities. And so it's like you have to grab these opportunities. And so you may not have as much time for love life, for dating, for romance. But I don't think your August is going to be completely devoid of it. You just need to almost schedule time in or make sure you're leaving space for it. Because if you don't mindfully leave space for it, then it's gonna pass you by, if that makes sense. That's what I'm getting for love life for August. And now let's look at your spirituality, your spiritual state, what to look out for. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I want to clarify this with another tarot card. Well, what I'm seeing here, because Eight of Swords to me, when it's in reverse, can talk about coming out of a period of anxiety and a period of worry. I think spiritually, you're completing a cycle of like an anxious energy, an anxious worry. Of course, if you have anxiety, anxiety doesn't just go away, but this can be talking about maybe you were in a particularly worrisome cycle and you're kind of emerging out of it slowly. I feel like August, specifically if you were worried about money or you were worried about opportunities, if you were worried about not being able to get jobs, if you were worried about not being able to improve your career, a lot of that is going to be alleviated. A lot of that is going to be taken away. I'm especially getting that you're going to feel like the luck is turning in your favor. Maybe you felt unlucky in the month of July. Maybe July made you feel a little bit unlucky, like, like the luck is not on your side. That, again, there's a turn in your confidence. You're becoming a lot more confident in who you are, especially when it comes to your career. And you feel very emotionally secure in what you're doing. Some of you maybe are going through a change in career or a change in jobs, and that's what's building up your confidence and boosting you a little bit, which is really nice. I would really look out for opportunities in the month of August for this group in terms of career. I would look out for, like, if you're running a business, look out who wants to work with you, who wants to partner up with you. If you're in a job, pay attention to the options that your managers or your higher ups are giving you. I do see this group being quite busy in the month of August. Busy with tasks, with chores, with opportunities, busy with moving forward. Emotionally, I feel like you're going to feel very satisfied with where you are in your career. And career seems to be the bigger focus to me here than any other part of your life. But you're going to feel really grateful for the opportunities that you have gotten when it comes to your career. That's something that I am getting. So I think that's all I have for you, group number 1. If you like this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to move forward now. If you have any feedback for me, do let me know. I'm going to leave your card up here. This is the top card that you got. And I'm going to move on to group number 2. So group number 2, let's see what is coming up for you in August. So let's pull a general card first to kind of get a general vibe for your August. I don't like how those cards shuffled, so I'm just going to shuffle them again. That's better. Okay, what is the general vibe for group number 2 when it comes to August? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. I also think this is a really joyful kind of Wheel of Fortune. This is a really kind of freeing. I feel like you might feel a lot more free. There could be a lot of freedom opening up to you. You could feel like you have a lot of more autonomy. You could feel like you have a lot more freedom. You're feeling really hopeful in the month of August. Let's pull an astrology card to support this energy. 11th house of community, friends, also wish fulfillment. So I wonder if there's some sort of wish fulfillment coming in for you. I'm I'm also getting that you're going to feel really connected to whatever community or friendship group that you have. You could feel also, another thing that I'm getting is that a lot of your friends or a lot of your inner circle are getting their wish fulfillments as well. It could be almost like a collective blessing. Like you're getting blessings, your friends are getting blessings, your family are getting blessings. A lot of manifestations could be coming in not only for you, but also for people in your life that you care and love, care about and love. That's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up on here. You're definitely feeling really lucky. I'm hearing like luck is on my side. You could feel like you're in the right place at the right time a lot in August. You could feel like things are happening for you and not to you. Um, you're really, really optimistic in the month of August, which is really nice. There's this sense of optimism. There's this sense of, you know what, my life is great and I'm doing really, really well. You could have a lot of fun in general with your friends. There's a lot of fun energy that I'm picking up on here. You could spend a lot more time with your friends rather than like in work or alone. I feel like you may be very in demand in the month of August. Like a lot of people want to see you, a lot of friends want to hang out with you. You could even be invited to a lot of social events. That could be another thing that I'm picking up on here. But this has really fun energy. Like it's fun and I'm excited to do these things. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see what is coming up in your career. Group 2 career. Can I get an energy for group 2 in their career? Okay. So I got 3 cards. So do you know what? I'm just gonna take the 3 cards. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse. We've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Your guides are encouraging you to get some sort of education or to find a mentor or a guide when it comes to your career or something you're trying to achieve in your career. Something is coming up, like maybe you're going to come across someone who can help you. Maybe you're going to come across a mentor or a coach that you resonate with, and your guides are encouraging you to work with this person or to connect to this person on some sort of level. There's something that you're not exactly an expert on, and it does not mean that you're not an expert on whatever you're doing in your career. But I feel like there's one aspect of your job or your career where you could do with a mentor, with a teacher, and with you could do with some advice that is very deliberate. And I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to get advice from someone who's very, very knowledgeable. This person's very good at relaying information. And your guides are saying, don't be quick to dismiss anyone who's offering help. Don't be quick to dismiss anyone who's offering some sort of information. I almost feel like there's a part of your career that you're not very confident in. Like, so let's say you have a business or something like that, and you're running the business and you're really enjoying it, but there's one side of the business that you're not entirely confident in. It's something that you try to do the least of. There's no harm in getting an expert in. There's no harm in hiring someone to do that part of the business for you that you don't enjoy. It's okay to only do the things that you enjoy, but also there's no harm in getting an expert that can teach you, because you could be surprised by how much you enjoy it once you get the basic knowledge about this part. Or it could be in your job, like maybe some parts of your job you're amazing at and you're very confident in, but there's one part of your job that you're like, I'm just not confident in it, I hate doing it. There's no shame in asking your manager or somebody on your team to show you how to do it. There's something that you're not confident in that your guides are really encouraging you to try and learn how to do it from an expert. There's no shame in asking for direction. There's no shame in asking someone to teach you something. it doesn't make you stupid. Like, I'm almost getting this feeling of, oh, if I'm asking someone to show me how to do this, I'm appearing stupid, I'm appearing like I don't know what I'm doing, and that's not true at all. You would appear as someone who's willing to learn, you would appear as someone who's willing to gain more insight, and really you would just be strengthening your own mastery of it. Don't be afraid to take on a course. Like, I'm almost getting like maybe there's going to be like courses or something that are going to be available to you in the month of August that you're kind of like reluctant to take on because you feel if you would do a course on it, it shows people that you're not an expert, or that you're a fraud, I'm hearing, for some reason. But really, you're not. Like, there's no harm in taking a course, there's no harm in taking the lessons that are being offered to you. Don't be afraid to just don't be afraid to sign up to courses, even if it seems like you should already know the content of the course. For some reason, I'm picking up, for some of you, I don't know if this will resonate with all of you, but for some of you, I'm getting Excel. Like, some of you might have written down on your CV that you're like, the way people write down like, oh, I'm really good at Excel, or I'm exceptional at Excel, and really they're not. It's just something they put on their CV. I'm almost getting that, and it's like an Excel course comes up and you're like, you know what, I shouldn't go for this course because it's going to show my manager that I actually have no idea. Don't be afraid to be a beginner at something, even if you feel like other people expect you to know. Just go, well, no, actually, I don't think I know as much as you think I know, and I'd be willing to learn. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of opportunities to learn in the month of August when it comes to your career. You're going to get a lot of opportunities to upskill. You may even come across a mentor who'd be able to help you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. So that's the main point that I'm picking up on in the month of August for your career. Now let's have a look at your love life. So love life for group number 2. Well, we've got the Lovers here, so it could be a very passionate month for you in your love life. I'm getting a lot of passion. This is a very passionate kind of Lovers card, if you look at it. For those of you that are in a relationship, there could be a renewal of spark. There could be it could be quite an intense month. You may feel extra connected to your partner. If you're in a connection but maybe you're not dating yet, I feel like you and your partner are going to be deciding, like, if you're dating or like seeing each other but you're not exclusive yet, or you haven't like kind of put a label on it, I feel like you and your partner are going to be having conversations about putting a label on it. For some of you, you could be entering a relationship. For those of you that are single, I feel like there's going to be somebody coming into your life that you're going to feel a very strong connection with, really passionate connection with. Some of you might meet this person through friends, because we've got the 11th house here. There's a lot about networking here now that I'm reading kind of further into the month of August for you. I'm almost getting like you could get a mentor or a course or a teaching or a learning opportunity through some sort of networking opportunity. You could get a partner through a networking opportunity. You could meet a person through friends, through communities. This is not a month to sit at home alone. This is not a month to stay inside. I mean, obviously, depending on your situation with COVID and lockdowns and things like that, of course, be careful and be mindful. But this is not a month to not interact with people, even online. This is a month to kind of like reach out, to make connections, to speak to people, to kind of put yourself out there. This is definitely a month for that. With the Lovers, I definitely pick up on opportunities in love. Like, you could have a lot of opportunities to meet meet real potential partners, people that you could really build something with. For a lot of you that are single, I definitely feel like there could be a really viable option for you coming in for you. Um, like an interesting relationship, a relationship that you could really get into and really enjoy and be very passionate about. Um, and for those of you that are already in relationships, especially if you're like in a serious relationship or a marriage, you may feel like the vibe is almost like really, really passionate. And you may feel it's almost like, oh, it's like the first time we met or something like that. There could be a lot of that fun and flirtation and passion that could catch you by surprise. Maybe not for some of you, but it feels really kind of like, oh, this is exciting, this is fun. But there's a lot of opportunities to have fun in your love life in the month of August. Okay, let's move into your spiritual energy. Let's have a look and see what is happening spiritually with group 2. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. One thing that I'm getting is that you are not trusting your intuition for some reason. And not in like, because I'm getting a lot of optimism. Because I'm getting a lot of happy energy. Like this Hierophant looks really happy. The Wheel of Fortune, the woman on the Wheel of Fortune looks really happy. There's a lot of like vibrant, happy energy that I'm picking up on, and I think you're going to be really optimistic about a lot of things. I think you're going to be really optimistic about your love life, especially. You're going to be really optimistic about your friendships. But I feel like there's something your intuition is telling you that you're kind of like brushing off. I want to pull another card for this. It has to have to do something with your career. And I feel like your intuition's telling you, ask for help, ask for a course, ask for upskilling, ask for, it could even be ask for more money. For some of you, maybe your intuition is telling you that it's time to ask for more money in your career. And you're kind of like, no, I don't need to be doing that. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough experience to ask for more money, to ask for more. Don't be afraid to ask for more in August, because out of all the months, I don't want to say out of all the months, but it feels like this month is highlighted where you can go ask and it will be given to you. But if you don't ask, if you don't put yourself out there, it won't be given to you. So there's this feeling in the month of August, like if you do go network, if you do go out to meet people, if you do go and put yourself out there and ask for more money, for more opportunities. I'm even getting like asking for tips, like if you give any online services or anything like that, maybe just announcing on your Instagram or Twitter or wherever you kind of like operate, and being like, hey, by the way, I'm accepting tips. Putting that out into the universe could bring you a lot of that. I'm getting a lot of you could earn a lot of tips in the month of August for some reason. Tips are being highlighted to me here. Or kind of being like, don't be too shy to be like, hey, if you want to tip me, you can. Like obviously not to go overboard with it, but I don't think you would. Your intuition is going to be telling you to ask for more, to ask for support. Your intuition is going to be telling you to reach out to people that are experts in your field, to look for more information. Listen to that intuition. Your intuition is going to be telling you to put yourself out there in terms of love life. Listen to your intuition. Don't be brushing it off, because your intuition is leading you towards opportunities. This is the month to put yourself out there for sure in every aspect of your life. And trust yourself to be like, don't worry about the idea that, oh, if I put myself out there but I get rejected. Like, yes, you might get rejected, but how do you know you also won't get the opportunities that you need? For some of you, maybe you want to do a course or you want to do like a degree or something like that. And maybe you need to kind of like apply for a grant or something like that in order to be able to afford it, or to apply for a program, apply for some sort of help. And you're kind of reluctant to apply for it, but your intuition's like you should apply for it. If there's something that you really want to go do and study, and that would require like an application process that you think you're not going to get through and you feel like you're not good enough for it, just go for it. For some of you, I feel like there's something study related, because maybe your career is closely related to studies. Maybe you are about to go into college or something like that. For a lot of you, you need to put yourself out there for a course, for a degree, for some sort of studying opportunity. It's something that I can see you want, but you're reluctant because you feel like you're not good enough or something like that, but you are. So that's what I got for you, group number 2. Really interesting. Month of August is definitely the month of putting yourself out there and not being afraid to make connections, to network, and to tell the universe what you want. So that's what I got for you, group number 2. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment, especially with your feedback. I'd love to hear it. And I'm going to move forward. So moving on to group number 3, the Everyday Witch Tarot. Let's see what is coming up in August for you. So first I'm going to look at the general energy for August. I'm going to pull a card to see what is the general energy for August for you. Okay, we've got 7 of Pentacles. So, 7 of Pentacles tells me that you're gonna be, this 7 of Pentacles, more than any, like in any other deck, if you look at it, she already has the grapes on the vines here. So she's done all the work, she's put in all the effort, and now she's reaping the rewards. So a lot of you are going to be reaping the rewards of your hard work in the month of August. But one thing that I'm getting here is that, yes, you'll reap some rewards, but there's more work to do. Reap those rewards, be grateful for them, be happy with them, treat yourself. But don't forget that there's more work to do. Don't forget that there's more effort to put into things. It doesn't always have to do with career. For a lot of you, it will be career related. For some of you, it could have to do with internal work. It could have to do with the work that you're putting into your relationships. But I'm getting some sort of payoff when it comes to your efforts from the past. But you're not done yet. Like, there's more work to do. There's more effort to be put in. So keep that in mind for the month of August, group number 3. I'm also going to pull an astrology card for you to support this energy. So what do we have for group 3 for the month of August? We've got Moon. So Moon energy is about emotion. It can be about nurturing. For some of you, if you are mothers or if you're expecting, this could be like the work that you've been putting into your child. You see the child putting, for example, it could be something that you were like teaching your child or something like that. Or you were nurturing your child in some sort of way, and you can see your child rewarding you with like knowledge, or you're noticing that the child is learning something. That's going to be a very small, small portion of you, but it is something that I'm picking up on with the Moon card. Some of you are going to feel really rewarded by a child or one of your children if you are a parent. For some reason, that's coming through so strongly. One of your kids might bring you like a present or draw a picture for you that makes you feel really like emotional, or really fulfilled, really happy. But I'm getting a really kind of patient and calm energy around your month of August as well. I feel like you're going to have a lot of downtime. You're going to be able to spend a lot of time at home. There's really cozy energy. Some of you might be really into gardening, so you might be doing a lot of gardening in the month of August. But there's a lot of stability in the month of August as well. I'm not getting any surprises. I'm not getting any huge ups and downs. August is going to feel, maybe to a point, even predictable. But more than that, it feels like it feels peaceful. And it feels calm. And it feels just peaceful and harmonious. Okay, let's move into career. What is coming up in career for group 3? We've got the King of Wands in reverse. Some of you could be taking a break from work. Sorry, that's too many cards. Can I just get 1 or 2 to clarify the King of Wands? Thank you. The Emperor. Some of you, I'm getting that maybe you're dealing with a boss. If you do have a boss, if you're working in a job, there could be some dealings with the boss. You could be having conversations with your boss around your job. You could be making plans. Some of you might be planning on taking, for some of you, I don't know if this, obviously this won't resonate with everyone, but maybe some of you are pregnant and you're planning like your maternity leave, or your partner is pregnant and you're planning your parental leave. There's something about like adjusting your job. Maybe you want to change your hours or something like that. That's another thing that I'm getting, like adjusting schedule, changing things around, taking on less responsibilities for some of you potentially as well. Maybe you're talking to your boss like, hey, my life is really busy right now. I need to take less responsibilities. I need to step away from this project. Maybe you're planning a sizable break for yourself. For those of you that are business owners, it could be that you're trying to plan the next few months in the month of August so that you don't have to work a lot. Maybe you're looking for somebody who you can get in so that you can share your load with them. You know, maybe you want to hire an assistant or something like that. For those of you that are managers, you could be delegating some of your work to your employees. Because I'm getting a really strong sense like I want to spend more time at home. I want to spend more time relaxing. I need some downtime. I feel like some of you have been working really hard. And again, maybe it comes with this reward. Like maybe some of you will get this reward. You'll get the extra cash. You'll get the extra finances. And you decide, you know what? I need to hire an assistant. I need to hire some help. So I have someone to help me run this business. Or, you know, I'm a manager and I need to delegate amongst my team so that when I go on a break, some of you could be just going on a holiday. And so you're kind of trying to make sure that the people on your team can take over for the work that you would usually do. There's a lot of delegation that I'm picking up on here. Like this needs to be done and this needs to be done and I need to give you this piece of work. So if you're going on a holiday, I feel like that's a natural path, you know, that's something that you would be doing. For some of you, maybe you're leaving your current job and so you need to tell, you know, you kind of need to sit down with the employees that are staying so that you can help them go through the transition. For those of you that are business owners, I feel like your business is doing very well, but it is that feeling of like, it's doing really well, but I need help. I need assistance. I need someone to do my paperwork. I need an administrator or something like that. You might be considering like, oh, I would like to hire someone to work for me part-time. It could be something like that. There is just this feeling of like delegate, plan, budget, prepare. So I feel like maybe you have rewards coming in, but now it's time to prepare because the rewards that are coming in also need to be taken care of and also need to be, for example, it could be extra cash coming in, extra money coming in. You need to make sure that you are spending that money accordingly. You know, do I invest it? Do I put it back into the business? Do I treat myself? What do I do with this money that has come in? Okay, now I'm moving on into your love life. So we've got the Tower card in reverse. For group number 3, I'm going to pull another card. We've got the Tower in reverse and we've got the Page of Cups. There's something about you rebuilding your trust and you're rebuilding your excitement for relationships. For some of you, especially those of you that are single, maybe you have been going through a period in your life where you've really lost faith in love, you've really lost faith in any sort of romance. And I feel like the month of August is going to be about rebuilding that faith in love, rebuilding that. You may even come across someone who makes you believe in love again, makes you believe in romance again, makes you believe that there's good people out there that genuinely want to build something with you. I feel like you may develop a crush on someone, or really kind of like early stages of feelings for someone in the month of August. Maybe it's happening already, but there's this sense of excitement and giddiness about this person. I feel like someone's helping you rebuild trust and love. Maybe it's yourself, but I feel like there's another person involved. If you're in a relationship, it could be that you're maybe you have struggled with trust issues in your partnership, in your relationship, and maybe your partner is helping you rebuild trust. Maybe your partner is being very transparent and really helpful in rebuilding your faith in love, your faith in romance. For some of you, I think I don't know why pregnancy is such a big thing here, or motherhood is such a big thing here. You and your partner, if you are married or in a relationship and with children, you could be spending extra time with your children in August, which again kind of correlates if you were going on a holiday or you're going on a little break away. It could be like you are spending time as a family with you and your partner and your children. Or for others of you, it could be that you and your partner are expecting a child, and so there's a lot of excitement around that. I feel like if you're pregnant or you're expecting, expect a lot of like fun and excitement when it comes to the pregnancy. You're going to be really feeling great about the pregnancy, feeling great about the baby that's on its way. You could be doing a lot of fun activities with your partner this month as well. Doing something out of the ordinary, doing really fun and active dates. Again, I'm getting a very peaceful month of August for you. The Tower card being in reverse is like after a period of maybe destruction, or maybe July was a bit tough for you, maybe there was some drama or some things weren't working out for you and your partner. It's finally kind of like rebuilding and coming into a very peaceful state. You will feel really supported by your partner in the month of August. And if you're single, I feel like you're gonna develop a relationship or a crush with someone who you feel supported by, even if they're not your partner yet. Your faith in your happiness is really restoring in the month of August. It's like you believe that you deserve good things. You believe that you deserve like healthy relationships. You believe that you deserve help. You believe that you deserve to have a break, which is really nice. Now we're moving into your spiritual energy in the month of August, and we've got the High Priestess. You know what? We've got the Moon, we've got the High Priestess. There's a lot of intuitive energy that I'm picking up on here. You could feel really in tune with your intuition. Another thing that I'm getting, again, I'm sorry to bring up the pregnancy again for those of you that don't resonate with this message, but some of you, if you are pregnant, you could be really feeling connected to your child, to your baby. I feel like you spiritually feel like insanely connected to your children or child or baby. You could have really interesting dreams in the month of August as well. I would pay attention to the things that are coming up in your dreams. Your intuition's very strong, very, very strong in the month of August. So pay attention to what your intuition tells you. I think you will anyway. Some of you could actually be spiritual workers, or you may have psychic abilities or skills. The Eight of Wands in reverse. For some reason, I'm picking up on like you could be getting a lot of communication from your spirit guides, but it might be coming in so fast that it's hard to distinguish between the messages. There's something about you being very open to information spiritually, and it could even become a little bit overwhelming because you're absorbing energy very you're like a portal almost. Like I'm getting this portal energy with you. It's like you're a portal to information, spiritual information, psychic information. I think maybe that's why you also need a lot of downtime and you will need a lot of rest in August. Some of you could actually be spiritual workers. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Maybe you're a medium, a psychic of some kind, a healer of some kind, and maybe that's why your guides are saying it's really important for you to take time off, to take time to rest. Some of you will really need to be careful with like protecting yourself energetically and cleansing yourself energetically, because you're taking on a lot of energy. Definitely pay attention to your dreams. I'm almost getting also another thing that I'm getting, that so much information could come in your dreams. Make sure when you wake up, maybe write it down. Keep a dream journal. Because it may not make sense right away, but maybe down the line you'd be reading over like the messages or the imagery that you saw in your dream, and it would start to make sense. Excuse me. But yeah, this is going to be a very spiritual month for you. You're going to be really connected to your guides, to your ancestors. And you will need plenty of rest when it comes to your career. You will need to maybe even hire help. You may need to delegate. But I do see this as a very nice month. It's going to be quite comfortable. I feel like you're going to be coming out of August feeling very serene and feeling really peaceful. And there's a lot of sense of comfort around you in the month of August, which I really, really like. So that's the energy that I got for you, group number 3. That's what I got for you for your month of August. If you enjoy this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment, especially with your feedback. I'd love to see if this resonated, and I'm going to move forward. So we're going to move on to group number 4. Let's see what is happening for group number 4 in the month of August. So first of all, I'm going to pull a card to represent your overall energy in the month of August. Oh, we've got the King of Wands coming up here. So you're going to be feeling really confident. There's going to be a lot of leadership energy. You're going to be feeling like you have got your eyes on the prize. You might be feeling determined to get to a certain goal. There might be a goal that you have in mind that you're like, right, I'm going to get to it no matter what. I'm going to put the effort in. You're confident that you can achieve this goal. For those of you that are in business, are entrepreneurs, are self-employed, you could be feeling really confident about your business. You could be feeling like it's going in a really good direction. We've also got Pisces energy to support that. So some of you could be Pisces, that could be your sign. But what I'm getting here is also creativity, because a lot of the time King of Wands makes me think of Leo, and then we've got Pisces, which these two signs I would say are the most creative, maybe with Gemini as well thrown in there, but I feel like Pisces and Leo are the most creative signs in the zodiac. So I feel like you're going to be feeling really creative. You could be creating a lot of art, music, whatever it is that you create. You could be putting a lot of effort into creating new ideas or bringing ideas into fruition, bringing your mental ideas into the 3D. But I feel like you're going to be feeling really inspired to create in the month of August. There's a real sense of belief in yourself, like you believe that you can achieve really amazing things. You're not doubting yourself at all in August. Like there could be little trickles of doubt, but I feel like for the most part, you're really confident in your abilities, and you're like, you know what, I can achieve this. You know what, I can write an album. I can create beautiful pieces of art. There's this amazing belief in yourself. that maybe you haven't had in a very long time. You have faith in your abilities. I love that. So let's move into your career and see what's coming up for your career. So we've got the High Priestess, again, Pisces energy. You're feeling really connected to your job, to your career, whatever it is that you do. I feel like a lot of you are creative, or you're in a career that you feel connected with. Like I feel like a lot of you are not in a job that you don't like. You're not in a job that you don't enjoy. Or maybe you do have a job that you don't enjoy, but you're trying to move into a job that you really love, that you connect to on a spiritual level even. This feels like a calling. Some of you might even discover a calling in the month of August. You may realize that you have a calling towards a certain type of career, a certain avenue that you want to take. It could feel quite profound. There's a lot of really deep energy in the month of August for you. Even when it comes to money and career, you feel really in the flow when it comes to your financial health as well. I feel like you've mastered almost this feeling of manifesting money, but also knowing how to spend it, how to invest it. There's almost this natural way about you that comes with money, finances, career opportunities. You'll feel very successful. You'll feel very successful in the month of August. Eight of Swords in reverse lets me know that you are going to be alleviating a lot of your anxieties when it comes to finances. Some of you might be able to pay off a debt, I heard as well, or you'll be able to maybe give back money to someone that you were lending from. I'm hearing payback, like you might even be able to pay back to the people that helped you in the past with finances. A lot of you are able to feel like you've finally gotten into a good place financially or in your career, but I feel like it's both. There's a very quiet confidence when it comes to your money. Like you're not even worried about how you spend it, sometimes if you get like a big amount of money, you might get nervous because you're like, oh, do I spend it on this? Do I invest it? What do I do with it? I feel like you know exactly where you want to spend the money. You know exactly what you want to invest the money into. I don't know why I shuffled another one. We really didn't need another one, but we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which just lets me know like money's coming your way. Some of you might get like a sum of money. You might be able to, maybe it comes from your business. If you have a business, maybe you get a bonus of some kind. But I'm getting money opportunities, money moves as well as coming through. So, and specifically money is highlighted. It's funny because in the other groups we were talking about career more. For you, not that you're not, I feel like you're in a good place in your career. I feel like you're moving in the right direction with your career. But the highlight here is money and the finances that are going to be available to you in the month of August. So pay attention to the finances that are coming in. Now let's move on into we're still in group 4, but let's move into your love life and see what is coming in to your love life in the month of August. What can you expect? We've got 10 of Swords in reverse, and we've got the 3 of Swords in reverse. You're healing some sort of heartbreak. For some of you, I feel like maybe there was a recent breakup or something like that you went through. There could, maybe even this person cheated on you. There could have been a betrayal of some kind, like where you felt deeply betrayed by this person. And you're going to be healing that. You're going to be focusing on yourself. I'm kind of getting this is more so another group where you're more so focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on a partner. I really feel like you're really into your craft. If you are, as I said, if you're an artist or a musician or a creative person, you're throwing yourself into a project. You're throwing yourself into this calling, this passion of yours. I really don't see you mingling or exploring much with a partner. Now, if you already have a partner, if you're in a relationship, and there's nothing kind of like dramatic or serious going on, if you're with a partner, what I'm seeing here is that you're just not around them as much. Again, very similar. I think it was group one that I was getting, where it's kind of like there's more things to be done outside of the relationship. Like you might be quite busy. If you're in a relationship and you feel like everything in the relationship is fine and the relationship is going quite smoothly, I feel like don't expect any ups and downs. It's going to be the same. It's going to be moving forward. And I think you're mostly focused on career. You're mostly focused on money. You're mostly focused on your opportunities. Now, if you've been planning to leave your partner, if you've been planning on breaking up with a partner, I do feel like that might happen in the month of August. If this is something that's been on your mind now, please make sure that you're not taking the messages if they don't apply to you. I don't want you to feel like anxious if everything is perfect in your relationship. This only applies to those of you that have already been thinking about moving on from a partnership. Maybe for some of you, I'm getting the money that's coming in, it'll give you that confidence to leave the person. For some of you, maybe you live with this person or something like that, and so it will be easier for you to move on from this person. But I'm not seeing a lot of romance for you, group 4. And it's not in a bad way. It's more so because you are focused on money, finances, you're focused on your passion, you're focused on your calling. I also get that for some of you who are going back to those of you in relationship where your relationship is, fine and you're in a good place with them. Your partner may be in a bad place in the month of August or struggling with something in the month of August. Maybe your partner will need help in something. It could be that they will need help with their something here is about coming through about their mental health. It could be that they're not in a good place mentally in the month of August and you may need to be there for them. But I feel like overall there's no big ups and downs unless you've been planning to leave a partner. For those of you that are single, I'm not seeing a relationship. I'm not seeing you moving in to like a very strong connection or anything like that in the month of August. I feel like it's way more about you. It's a very self-focused month. Don't be afraid to just like keep the focus on yourself. For those of you that are like in relationships that are secretive or complicated, I don't see much progress with the relationship either. So really the best way that I can describe it is like whatever the situation in your relationship is right now, whatever status you're in, whether you're single in a complicated relationship, in a stable relationship, I see it staying the same. I see it being quite smooth, or like there's no big ups and downs. The only change that I see is for those of you that have been considering leaving a partner. I think you're going to get the opportunity to finally leave that partner. That's the only change that I'm seeing. So let's move forward to your spirituality and what is coming up spiritually for you in the month of August. We've got the Chariot in reverse. Oh, that is way too many cards. I'm just going to, you know what? I'll take them. You've had a lot of cards, group 4. So we've got the Chariot, the 4 of Wands in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and we've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. All the cards are reversed. Very interesting here. And we've got the same with your love life. You could be experiencing a little bit of a blockage when it comes to your spirituality. You may feel like you're not really focused on your spirituality. I feel like something about your spirituality is connected to your career. So some of you might be spiritual workers, but this could also be maybe you're noticing that a certain skill of yours is being blocked. Like, for example, if you read tarot, you may feel like you're maybe not the best at reading tarot, or maybe it's very hard for you to concentrate in the month of August. Or if you are someone who does healing, maybe you feel like you're not really in the zone There's something about struggling with getting in the zone when it comes to spirituality. So maybe some of you might have problems with trying to get into a meditative state. If you meditate, for example, it could be that you struggle with meditating in the month of August. You might feel like you're just not in it. Not to say you won't have a spiritual month though, but I feel like a lot of your spirituality will have to do with money and finances and career, which is really interesting. It's almost like your material world and your spirituality are intertwined. There's so much focus on money in the month of August for you in a good way. Um, Another thing that I'm getting is that you may be pulled to kind of indulge in the 3D a little bit more. And there's nothing not spiritual about enjoying the 3D. You might be interested in indulging in things like your senses, eating really nice food, enjoying sensory things. You may not be as into things like meditation, connecting with spirit guides, connecting to your ancestors. I feel like you may be a little bit removed from that, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I almost feel like there's no harm in that. I feel like maybe you do need something that is a little bit more earthy, a little bit more sensory rather than, meditation, paying attention to your dreams, or like worrying about connecting to your spirit guides. For some of you, for some reason, this could be a very random message, but I feel like your guides are almost saying, like, don't worry connecting to us in the month of August. Don't worry if you're not doing a lot of spiritual work in the month of August. Just make sure that you're doing whatever replenishes your energy, because there is spiritual value in experiencing things like money, experiencing things like food, experiencing things like, even like trying out nice clothes. Like, your guides don't want you to feel guilty if you're not in the zone, if that makes sense. Really, all the focus seems to be going back to, I'm even getting like, don't worry if you just want to do your hobbies. Don't worry if in your spare time you would rather do a hobby rather than, do a tarot reading for yourself, or to connect to your spirit guides, or meditate. Because doing a hobby, like, for some reason, for some of you, I'm getting crocheting. I don't know if that's something that some of you enjoy, but it's like, if you're crocheting, you can learn, kind of like get lost in the spiritual kind of movement of it all as well. Some of you, I feel like this group in particular, I feel like you do have like some spiritual abilities. I feel like maybe you are a spiritual practitioner, even with the High Priestess coming out in the career energy. And maybe some of you feel guilty when you don't want to practice like those traditional spiritual things. And your guides are like, you don't need to feel guilty. Just, you don't have to always be, because you're always everyone's spiritual. Like, it's not a thing that someone's not spiritual just because they don't do things like tarot, meditation, etc. Some of you may want to step away from certain things. Like, some of you might want to quit doing tarot or something like that, or quit doing a certain spiritual practice that you used to really love, or you want to put it on pause. There's no shame in that at all, and I feel like your guides really want to bring that to your attention. There's no shame in not wanting to practice something spiritually. Just move towards what resonates with you, because there's spirituality in other things as well. So yeah, I feel like this month is also about not feeling too much shame or guilt, and just really moving towards things that bring you confidence, bring you fun, bring you money even. You don't always have to be this like master of spiritual practices. You don't always have to be like tapped in, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what your guides are bringing to attention here. So this is what I have for you for your month of August, group number 4. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment, especially with your feedback. I'd love to see what you thought of this reading, if it resonated, and I'm going to leave you here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!